salary schedule that is market rate responsive. I think across the board, that is what everybody in here wants. Commissioner, let me finish my position. Commissioner Carter will continue the rest of the meeting. I saw some folks walk in, and they might be curious as to why I left. And it's about 5 of y'all that walked in who don't do nothing but lie on black people. So I want to make sure I told the truth again. All right. So Commissioner Carter will be the one backing it up. I want to throw something out there. I caught that nod that you said in the beginning. You said you saw J.B. Buxton do his presentation, and you say you got the note. I need you to understand, Superintendent Moore, this ain't got nothing to do with you. Woman to woman, if I see you on the street in 10 years, I need you to know it ain't got nothing to do with you. So I can appreciate you outlining the accolades of Durham Public Schools. The 5 women up here, Commissioner Chair Alam is not here. We don't need nobody to roll out the red carpet. Like, we do appreciate what our teachers do. We do appreciate what our principals do. We are in community with them whenever this group of people who surprisingly showed up today, decides to invite us to a ribbon cutting, if they decide to ask us for some money, if they decide to say, hey, we're doing this with some solar panels, there aren't we in the midst. Like, we try to show up because we want to. And I also, one accolade that's not up there, and quite frankly, again, because you only got here, we sitting here talking about these accolades, I just want to say big ups to Dr. Mubinga that was unceremoniously thrown out of this government. So I thank him for some of these accolades. I was there for Asia Cunningham when she got the Milken Award. This is the same black woman who was a principal that they tried to fire a couple of years ago because they said she didn't know what she was doing. But now she's award winning and got $25,000, and they wanted her from the outside. This is the same woman that's running a school that's going to have 219 more black kids at it. And I see parents coming up there every day or every other day up to the school board saying, we don't want those kids here because they don't learn like our kids learn. They don't know what Montessori is. They don't know what an IB program is. But the Growing Together got everybody in their feelings about it because for once we're finally going to merge these schools. But they didn't want that black woman there. And as soon as she won, now they don't want black kids over there with the black woman. And I don't have a problem saying this because it's the truth, right? Like, that's not me picking on anybody. That's me saying it is what it is. When we had an issue with Durham School of the Arts, black parents came in there and said, this is how my child is treated. We had a black woman, Dr. Muhammad, to come in. You don't know this. That woman came in there. She went to ISS for 3 days with her child. Principal and the teachers never noticed her. She videoed it. Oh, I still got it. I'll be more than happy to email it to you. And she sat there and she cried with her son. That is not an indictment of DSA. That is an indictment of whatever person was running ISS that day. So don't go out and say Commissioner Burns was anti. The woman cried in her car because she sat in there. It's like 11 black kids in there. No teacher, no homework, no anything. Her son got in the car with her and he broke down crying. He said, Mama, this is how they treat us every day. And so when I get emails like that and I get videos like that, and this woman could just sit in ISS and nobody say anything, I send them to the school board members. And you know what I get? Might get a reply. Ain't never got a response about it. Ain't got a response about that other email that I sent to y'all that we're not going to talk about. And I say all that to say to the teachers in here, to the members of DAE who are in here, if the microwave over in this room right here, I love my staff, I'm about to talk about y'all. If I was to burn some popcorn in the microwave over here, these people would email and swear up and down they got asphyxiation, I can't come to work, Commissioner Burns is trying to kill us with popcorn. I believe that when people don't like the food at the jail, they email us. When people don't like the air that they breathe somewhere, they email us. So when those teachers came and stood up there the other day and they said to us, there is mold in my classroom, I'm like, this ain't the first time that this has come up. This cannot be the first time when we had somebody to come to us the first year from DSA about the chillers that had not been repaired, but Wendell Davis had given them the money, and then we had to go into fund balance or go into one fund to go out and find the money to buy a brand new one. The very next year, we had, I won't say which elementary school it was because I don't want to get it wrong on camera. We had an elementary school that did not have a stove, and I was like, how in the world are y'all heating up food for these kids? They were heating them up in a warmer. So these little black, it was a majority black school, didn't have a stove. If they would have come to any of the 5 women sitting here, we'd have moved the money that day. If you would have told us that there was an issue with Mo, we would have moved it that day. And y'all sitting up here with a fund balance. You sitting up here with money from the 2016 bond. There were capital improvement dollars. I agree with my colleagues that there's some more money that could be put in the capital improvement dollars. And I'm willing to work on that. But what I can't understand is how this is me speaking, because I know only one of my board members has told me she don't agree with this. What I don't understand, I'm going to look at y'all, is how y'all allowed this thing to go on for this long and you ain't advocate to us. Like, that's not even a joke. I'm looking at the school board right now, and I've talked to my board members. No one has come to them about the other day when that woman said 90 days with no HVAC. I would have never wanted that for a child. Please show me the email where that was sent to us. Please show me where that was communicated. They can't. So if I know they're not advocating for these black kids that feel like they're dealing with racial disparities, to the teachers that are sitting in the back of the room texting on their phones pretending like I'm not talking, they dang sure can advocate for y'all. So that's where the issue is. Y'all like, okay, what we need to do, let's get rid of the black people. Mubinga gone. B. Coast gone. All right. Nimasheena Burns gone. Brenda Howerton gone. C.J. Davis gone. Elaine O'Neal gone. We ain't the problem. We are not the problem. It's the folks sitting in the boat not wanting to rock it. They more comfortable sitting in the boat as an elected official. I don't have a problem getting in there in the pool with the black kids that's drowning. I scared the hell out of my staff last week. You know why? Because I finally broke down crying because I know I got to get the money right over here, but I got dead black kids in Durham. I watched teachers sitting here the other day when Dennis Garrett got up there and they rolled their eyes. He said, you know, I'm trying to help these kids because they're not in school. That wasn't an indictment of them. If a kid gets shot at age 14 at 10:30, by virtue of the fact that he is 14 and it's 11 o'clock, he was not in school. That is a fact. That is nothing to do with teaching. What I think is that we have had a school board, and I'm going to say it to y'all face and y'all here, who have failed these students. I have no problem saying that to y'all, since y'all don't pick up the phone when I call. I have absolutely no problem saying that. We sat in a joint city-county school board meeting the other day, and you had the nerve enough to say, oh my gosh, our tax rate is lower than Wake County's. Before I could say anything, this commissioner said it's not. This is before they changed it. You've been sitting on this board for 10, 12 years, and you don't even know what a tax rate is. Bro, do the homie and homemaker. Like, help me out. Like, I don't get it at this point. How you don't know that? But, and I'm saying this to the teachers, the person that you all elected does not know what the tax rate is. If she don't know what the tax rate is, how in the world can she ask for money for y'all? She can't because she don't even know what she's doing because she don't pay bills in her own house. So I'm going to say that. The other thing I want to point out here, you said that, and I get it. You want to defend them. You in community with them. You ain't in community with me, so you don't know me. You don't know me. But you said that it was divisive and irresponsible to break down the dollar amounts. Well, the dollar amounts are broken down when they're bought to us, so I don't see that there's a problem that we regurgitate those back. But the reason why we do them, some people up here do it to protect themselves because they know if they send money over there, they can't, legally we can't say what to do with it. But the other reason why I like to say it is because for 50 years, before I was here, before you was here, black families had gross disinvestment in their schools. And so they want to know where the money goes. You know why the parents can tell you where the Bloomberg money is going? Because y'all did a press release. You know how they can tell you about growing together with the Mackenzie Scott men? Because you told them. You have to tell parents. And you can tell what folks at the school board want to tell parents and what they don't want to tell parents. And I'm going to end this up because right now we're doing a superintendent search. Thank God Javanya Lewis went to the Durham Committee and said, hey, Durham Committee, I think y'all need to demand to have a meeting. You need to demand to have one between the Zoom and people in person because, once again, I was there. I don't know if y'all noticed. I show up for y'all. Y'all don't show up for us. I showed up. There were some great questions asked, some great stuff put forward. It was about 45 people between the Zoom and that. Now, that's at the Durham Committee. And somebody get me right, Hillside, Southern, whatever the three high schools were, there were not even 15 parents that showed up for a superintendent search in a school of over 30,000 children. Let that sink in. I couldn't believe, how is it at the last minute we sent something to the Durham Committee and we almost got 50 people to show up, and you all had sent out an email for weeks about the superintendent search and we couldn't even get 15 parents. So I want folks to understand there is a concerted effort to keep people ignorant, whether it be children, whether it be teachers, whether it be parents. And I'm going to end on this because I see it's a lot of letters going around. For 3 years, I've been on this board, and everything that the school board has asked for, we have voted on. But we have gotten letters to our homes that say we are disappointed in you. Most pointedly, they say they're disappointed in this woman. This woman doesn't do anything that we don't ask her. She needs 3 votes to move anything in this budget. So once again, we're like, how can we attack the black executive that's done absolutely nothing? Because that's what y'all really good at. So that's where the letters have gone to. I'm disappointed in her. Y'all ain't sent no letters to Phil Berger House. You ain't sent no letters to Tim Moore House. And those are the people that are in a position to actually fund public schools, and they're doing it because they don't want to, and we are doing it because we literally can't. I broke down crying the other day because, not because it is, but because there was a black man standing there. Y'all know Chief Chalmers. He just want to save black kids. He could be home, retiring. He was like, I just need this money to save a few more black kids, and I'm crying because you all want them to go to school. I want them to go to school, but I want them to be alive. And this man wants him to be alive too. And in trying to help you with your budget, I can't help him. And that is a horrible feeling, to think that you have to help somebody beg for their life. And that is what we do up here. It's a few of us up here. Y'all in here, Dennis. Y'all don't know about the gang violence that goes on at night. Y'all don't know about the prostitutes, the period pop. You don't know some of the stuff that we see on this county commission. And I get it. I swear to God, I get it. I don't want kids to have to be without HVAC. I don't want to be without good food. I don't want to be in mold. But you all came in here, and you all put something on us. And to be honest, my colleagues will tell you, I've talked to the majority of them, we're going to try to do something. We're going to try to do something. And it's not because, and I'm going to say this so unequivocally, but after the meeting, didn't me and you talk? And we came up with a number, and we came and said, how we going to do it? I'm incensed that we got to raise taxes, and the city does, and the only thing we're going to do is put more black people out of their homes, because that's what this is going to do. I've talked to Commissioner Alam, I've talked to Commissioner Carter, haven't talked to Commissioner Howerton yet, but you know who ain't talked to us about y'all money? Them people who walked up in here with this performative allyship today. So we're going to try to figure this thing out. We are. And I agree with somebody. I don't want, ma'am, I've looked you up. I don't have no problem with you. I get it. They done told you to hate me. That's fine. I hope we can have coffee in a decade. But I don't want the new superintendent to come in here and be at a disadvantage either. But the reason why Commissioner Jacobs is asking all these pointed questions is because, quite frankly, we have given you more money every year after year after year after year, and every year you mismanage it. So when we ask questions, it has nothing to do with your acumen as a teacher. It has everything to do with the fact that you have 7 people over there who have disenfranchised you all by mismanaging your money for the past decade, and they're going to continue to do it afterwards because we just got done with an election. And so that is what is scary to us. I don't know. She asked 3 different ways. What controls do you have in place? What controls? Because that's her nice way of saying, I don't trust y'all neither. That is her nice way of saying, I don't trust y'all either. And that's why she said, is it codified? Like, is it somewhere where we can legally say, y'all do not mess up this money again? So please stop this craziness about the county commission does not support teachers. Stop all of it. We don't trust the school board. I don't trust the school board.